Rewrite all your radicals in exponential form. Sorry. I missed a blank. That's fine. Okay, today we're going to talk about exponent rules. So then that won't happen a lot at the beginning, sometimes, but not all the time. And then use the exponent rules to simplify the expression. We'll chat about those. Write your answer as a radical in simplest form. Okay. So we will use the exponent rule, we will rewrite it or convert it, and then we will simplify. Okay? Here's the rules. When you have multiplication, you add your exponents. When you have division, I'll move, hold on. When you have division, you subtract. When you have power to a power, you multiply. When you have negatives, you move your exponent. Multiple bases, you distribute. Multiple bases, you distribute. We're going to do each of these, so I'm not going to mark that up necessarily. I do have a poster, but it's not on the wall, so I'll get it down. Okay, first one. You need to look and see what's the operation happening. So these are already in exponents. We're not going to convert it then from radical form. That's already done. What operation? We have multiplication. Do you know what I do with my exponents? It's the first rule you see. You are going to add your exponents, okay? Add x. I'm going to call it x. If they have the same base, you could add your exponents. So you can use a calculator as much as you would like today, or you can just use your brain. 1/3 plus 4/3 is 5/3. You do not add your bottom two numbers, you just add the top. So that would give me 5/3. You can use your calculator. You literally would type in, I don't have mine, there it is. 1/3. There's usually on mine, it's the A, B/C button. 1/3 plus 4/3. I'll tell you it's 5/3. Okay, that's not all we're going to stop with today, though. We are also going to convert today. So converting from yesterday. If you look back at that poster on the wall, remember 1/2 is a square root, 1/3 is a cube root, 1/4 is a fourth root, 1/5 is a fifth root. That bottom number goes in the index. So, okay, this is a cube root, sorry. This is a cube root because you've got a 3 on the bottom. I'm going to zoom in.
A cube root is 3 basically.
If I have a 3 in the denominator, it's a cube root. So it is a cube root of x to the, what power? 5.
What would a 4 be then?
If there was a 4 in the bottom, it would be a fourth root. Okay. We're not going to stop here today, so we're going to do the rule, we're going to convert it, and then we're going to simplify from yesterday. Can 3 fit into 5? Yes, and you need to simplify it. So this is a simplifying step that I know we are struggling with, but you know what? We're going to get better. Okay, the 5 doesn't divide evenly by 3, but you need to take the closest thing it does. So it would be x to the, has to be lower than 5, so x to the third. And then with how many left over? 2. Okay, I evaluate the one in red, the perfect one. The cube root of x to the third is 3 divided by 3. So that would give me x to the first. And I keep the leftover one, x squared. This is your final answer. You evaluate the one in red, you keep the one that's left over, okay? You evaluate the perfect one. Okay. Next rule is division. Do you know what you do with your exponents? Look at this, if you can see if you can find it at the top. A over m divided by a over n, you do m minus n, so I'm going to subtract my exponents. I'm just going to write x. subtract the exponents because you have division, you're like canceling out, okay? So you can use your calculator if you want. Literally, you type in 5 halves minus 7 fourths. That's 5 halves, same thing as 10 fourths, so 10 fourths minus 7 fourths. It is, do you have it? 3 fourths. 3 fourths. We are not going to stop here today. You are now going to convert it using what we did yesterday. So I'm going to make my little root. What number goes in the little crook? What's the index? 4. The fourth root of m to the third, because the 3 was on top. Can 4, the index, fit into 3? No. That's it. You can't do anything. You can't simplify. Cannot simplify this any further. If you could, like on the last one, we could, so we needed to. That's it. Figure out the rule, do it, convert it, simplify if you can. Okay, number 13. This is called power to a power, when you have a power raised to another power. And so you're going to multiply your exponents. I'm writing those rules down because I know this is the part that we're going to forget. Okay, it's like kind of like distribution. You need to make sure when you multiply top to top, bottom to bottom. You can use your calculator, do 1/3, 1 times 5 halves, but gosh, you could just do it in your head if you want. A to the 1 times 5 is 5. 3 times 2 is 6. 5, 6. It's faster than your calculator. Okay, you now need to convert it into a radical to see if it can simplify. What number goes in the crook? 6. And it's a to the 5th. Can 6 fit into 5? You done. So reviewing a little bit from yesterday, I'm hoping it's helping.
Why does it seem so easy right now?
Yesterday is hard. It's hard the first time you see it, but now this is kind of like a review of everything we've done. I don't know. Number 14, this is kind of like power to a power, but you have multiple bases, so it's a little bit different. 8 has a power of 1. So in a second, you're going to distribute this power. So rule is to distribute. You're not distributing to the bases, you're distributing to the other exponents. We get a little bit of that yesterday, if you remember. Okay, so this 2/3 goes to both. Whoop, whoop. It's getting multiplied. 8 has a power of 1, and then the x has a power of 2. So it becomes this, 8 to the 2/3 power. What would that be? So you've got 2. The 2 gets multiplied to the top of the fraction. You can use your calculator. I don't care. But it's just 4/3 because you multiply the 2, it's 2/1. So 8 to the 2/3 power, x to 4/3 power. We're not going to stop here because now you're going to convert it, okay? All right, if I convert this to a radical, look and pay attention to what number's in the bottom. What's your index? 3. Okay. So since they both have an index of 3, or a denominator of 3, you can make the whole root, cube root of the rest of the stuff. So you've already used a 3, so now you have left the top power is 8 squared and x to the 4th. You need to see if this simplifies. Do you know what 8 squared is? I hope so. 64. 64 x to the 4th. I just rewrote it, sorry. This one takes a couple steps. Okay, we're going to simplify first 64. Check your chart. What's the perfect that 64 divides by? Perfect cube. Make sure you're looking in the right column. No, make sure you're looking at the cubes. N to the 3rd. Look in the column, it says n to the 3rd power. Guys, look in the column, it says n to the 3rd. What does 64 divide by?
4.
No!
6.
You are looking in the wrong column.
Is it 8?
Look where it says n to the 3rd.
Yeah.
Do you notice anything?
8. What?
It does divide by 8, but that's not all.
4.
Guys, 64 is in the column. Do you see that? 64 is a perfect. Okay.
So it
Whew.
would be 4.
No.
Oh,
It
so
will get you 4. I see what you're saying.
What?
Okay. The answer. Okay. Here's what I'm saying.
I'm so confused.
Okay. I'm not going to find the answer to 64 yet. I'm sorry if we were confusing each other. 64 is a perfect. It will get you 4 in a second. If that's what you were saying, then the good job. Okay. I don't know anymore. Okay. 3 fits into 4.
Yes.
So you need to break this up.
You would have it.
The perfect amount you could take out for a cube is x to the 3rd with 1 left over. Okay, so I understand that you know that the cube root of 64 is 4. Okay, so when you write your final answer right now, 4,
So
what is the cube root of x to the 3rd?
cubed root
Divide. 3 divided by 3 give me
1.
1, so it's x times x times x is x to the 3rd. And then you have the leftover of the cube root of x, or x to the 1st.
So for that last part, you would.
Okay. What have we got? I think this is our last rule, maybe. Okay, you've got a negative exponent. Okay, negatives have to move to the other side. I'll tell you a story so you remember it and never forget it. Move to the other side. You're moving your exponent and the base, actually. So because it has a negative, it's got like a bad attitude, okay? So you can't stay here. Not good. It's like negative attitudes. You can't stay here, okay? Set it to the other side. What? Yes. Okay. Not lately. Okay, so you have a negative exponent and you send it to the other side and it gets happier and it becomes a positive 1 over 100 to the positive 1/2. Do you see what happens? This is why we send it to the other side. So I understand there wasn't 2 sides, but you're going to make it a side, draw a line, send it down. The empty spot fills with a 1. Okay, what do you know about 1/2? What kind of root is that? What do you call that?
Cubed.
Square root. Square root of 100. It's on the poster. Square root of 100 is, that's an easy one. What is it? 10. You're done. The reason why this worked is because 10 is a perfect, or 100 is a perfect, so you're good. Okay, see if you can do the next one. Figure out what you need to do with the exponents there. Chat with your table. You are indeed going to add. Positive 2/3 was negative 1/3 is positive 1/3. Okay, we're not going to leave it like that because that would be tacky. You're now going to convert it back to radical. You're going to have a cube root. 16 can simplify because it divides by the perfect cube of, look at your chart. Make sure you're looking at the cubes, please. 8. The perfect cube it divides by is 8. Leaving me with a leftover of 2. The cube root of 8 is 2. 2 times 2 times 2. It's on your chart. You have to follow it all the way over to the end. 2 times the cube root of 2 will be your final answer. You evaluate the one I have in red. You keep the one in blue, the leftover. Okay, these last ones are fun. You cannot leave them in radical form. You're going to have to convert them into exponential form first. So the top one doesn't even have an exponent. If I don't see an exponent, what exponent is it? 1. Okay, on the bottom, it's a cube root, which will give me which fraction? You can look at the poster on the wall if you're confused. A cube root would give me a fraction of 1/3. This is division, so you're going to subtract your exponents. So 1 minus 1/3. Give me 2/3. You can use your calculator whenever you need to, but that's some quick math, okay? And let's convert it. That is the cube root of 4 squared, which you know the 4 squared is what number? 16. And we literally just did this one. The cube root of 16 simplifies down to 2 times the cube root of 2. We just did it. I'm not going to show the work again, because it divides by the cube root of 8. So on number 18 with the people at your table, can you please figure out how do I rewrite this with exponents right now? X to what fraction times x to what fraction? And then you can do the dang thing. You should have 1/3 for the first fraction, and the second fraction is 1/2, the square root. Then you add those together, 2/6 plus 3/6, and you get, or you do in your calculator, 5/6. Okay, let's switch it into radical form to see if it simplifies. You are taking the 6th root of x to the 5th. Can 6 fit into 5? No. You're done. Okay, last one. This one's weird. Sorry. Okay, we're going to rewrite this. Do this for me. 25m squared raised to the power of what? Because it's a 4th root. 1/4. Okay. Before I move on, it would be really nice if I could get this all to work out together. What do you know about 25? What's another way to talk about 25? 25 is the same thing as 5 squared. Yeah. So we're going to rewrite this as 5 squared m squared raised to 1/4 power, because now they have the same exponent and it's going to work in our favor. So I'm going to distribute this exponent. Takes it to both and multiply to both of those, and I'm doing 2 times the 4, so it's 2/4 or 1/2. So 5 to the 1/2 power, m to the 1/2 power. What do you know about 1/2? What does it convert to? A square root. And since they both have the same power, you can do the square root of 5m, which doesn't simplify. So you're done.